Hello, Lori.
Hi, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
I am fantastic. Really good to meet you for the first time, and I'm
Oh,
excited
yes.
about Hypnoticon.
Same here. And you are a new presenter in the group. So, first of all, thank you very much for being part of this, and I want to welcome you. I know you're going to give a very, very interesting presentation, and we'll get to that in a moment. But before we do that, where are you in the world?
I'm in Southern California, about an hour north of Los Angeles, and it's
Nice.
beautiful today here.
That is fantastic. And what, in short, is your story with hypnosis? How did you come across hypnosis? When did it start? Something.
Well, honestly, I really was into more NLP, neuro linguistic programming, years and years ago, back in the 80s. And I kind of realized, oh, people actually, I think a little bit differently in general. And I was like, oh, there are people who think like me when I discovered NLP, because the way my brain works is it's just a little bit unusual. I didn't know it was unusual because we all think everybody thinks like us, and then we realize they don't. But
Strange.
when I discovered NLP, yeah, when I discovered NLP, it kind of like put that pieces together in how we do things and how we think about things. And then over the years, I've done, mediumship and card readings and a lot of spiritual work. And right here in Los Angeles, there is a college of hypnotherapy called HMI. And I saw that sign for 30 years driving down the road, and I'd see it and I was like, what, a college for hypnosis? And in 2019, I went there and it was a year, and then I did another year program with them. And it was in person, unbelievable training for like hands-on hypnosis training that was just bar none, part the tops, absolutely the tops. So that's how I ended up doing hypnotherapy.
And can you tell us about, let's say, one thing that you really like in hypnotherapy?
I love that it is the shortcut
Mhm.
to the problem solving. And we all are walking around in a state of hypnosis all the time. And so it really does kind of take that suggestive state and be able to really suggest the more positive things for people and suggest that change. And it is, it's the back door to change.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a front door, not a back door. It's like it's a
Well,
gate.
yeah, well, if we're talking to somebody, people tend to say no up front. A lot of people are no's, and they don't like, they're not comfortable with change. And that's why I call it the back door to change, because
Mm.
it's kind of like, I'm not going to make you do anything. We're not going to make you change, but we're going to have a suggestion that things could be better.
And then we let you figure it out by yourself.
Yeah.
We'll bring you to the faucet, but we can't make you drink, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I have 60 horses on my property, and you can take a horse
Wow.
to water, but you can't make them drink. That is a true
60.
statement.
That
Six
is a
zero.
lot of horses.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're not going to talk about horses. You're going to talk about something which is called IEMT. And
Yes.
actually, your presentation is an intro to IEMT, which release traumatic events.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is it?
So I, what is it? IEMT, Integral Eye Movement Therapy in the UK and across the world. In the United States, we say IEMT, Integral Eye Movement Technique. It's a
Okay.
little distinction on the language. Um, so a lot of people have MDR, and typically, unless you're a licensed therapist or in the medical field, you cannot do EMDR, and it is an eye movement technique. I.e., anyone can do, anyone can learn, no matter what your experience. And IEMT literally takes a negative memory and it puts it in the past where it belongs in a matter of seconds a lot of times. And you do not need content. So I don't need to hear a story.
Okay.
And for a lot of people are used to telling their story for an hour in therapy. Basically,
Hmm.
by the time people come to see a hypnotist, we're the last resort,
Yes.
right? So being the last resort, what I'm going to do with the group is I'm going to do basically it's the intro to IEMT technique, which is the before we get started piece. It's going to prove to them that first of all, they can change in the blink of an eye. They can feel different about this thing that was a problem for them. And prior to even putting them in the chair, you've already got them to come to believe that this is different, that you're different, and they know that they can have change.
Well, it sounds like magic, yet it's science, right?
That's what I get. It is. It's very scientific. It's just how we process things in our brain. But yeah, I get people that ask me if I'm a witch sometimes. The I get people who say things like, "Are you a witch? What did you just do to me?" And they can't feel the way they did for 7 years, that they were stuck in a helicopter for 7 years or stuck in a tank or it, it's a game changer.
Now, does a person need to be in a state of trance when you do that work with them?
Well, no, not necessarily. I mean, eye fascination does create trance, right? So
Yeah.
you're already creating a bit of trance while we're doing the eye movements. And so we'll be doing eye movements within the group. Everybody in the group will get to actually experience
Okay.
IEMT in the group.
Fantastic.
And they'll show them how to do it online and teach them the basic pattern online, and they'll experience real change in the blink of an eye.
So it's going to be a hands-on presentation where we're actually going to experience it ourselves as well. That's amazing, right? Not just theory, but also practical knowledge.
Yes, I'm going to give a brief explanation of IEMT, and then what we'll do is actually do the whole group as a whole group. Everyone gets to experience it. I mean, there are some caveats to that I'll make sure that we're not, having anybody that has
Yeah.
some psychosis, or there are some contraindications, just like with hypnotherapy.
Yeah.
There's some contraindications that we want to watch out for. But in general, it's yeah, everybody will be able to experience. I've done large groups before. I have done giant, 50 people in a room in person
Wow.
and
That's a
on
lot.
Zoom, and it works really well.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, yeah.
What
It's
would you like to,
amazing.
what would you like people to take from that presentation?
It's more what I want them to leave behind. I want
Oh,
them to be able
nice.
to experience that they are leaving behind a negative memory or a negative feeling that's been a problem for them their whole lives. And it's just put in the past where it belongs. And the takeaways are, I'd like them to basically take that cheat sheet that I'm going to give them and go and play with anyone and everyone who will let them, and just do the basic pattern. I mean, there's a lot more to IEMT. It's a 2-day training course, but I'm going to give them the intro pattern, and they can take that. If they do nothing but use that with their clients before they put them in hypnosis, they're already going to win. It makes the hypnosis more rapid.
Well, it sounds like total magic, yet it's science. I know that. And I'm really looking forward to that presentation because I think sounds like a fantastic tool to me that I would like to incorporate in my work, that's for sure. And for those who are watching this, bring something negative you want to get rid of because this is a fantastic, just like pluck in a blink of an eye. Wow. All right. And we'll see you on April 25th, 26th And hypnotichorizon.com. For those who haven't registered, just go to hypnotichorizon.com and it's free. Join us. We'd love to see you. And Laurie, thank you so much for being here. And
Thank you. Thank you.
all the best until soon.
All right. We'll see you later. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.